嗰陣時候，我成日都覺得應該有希望嘅，即係我哋香港人咁齊心。所以2019年俾我覺得，我真係 proud of Hong Kong，I'm Hong Konger 啦。咁但係呢一年俾大陸係咁用各種嘅方法打壓，我就覺得可能都仲需要等一段時間咯。曾經有弟兄姊妹同我講：你睇下文革嗰陣時，啲人都係咁諗，就嚟會得㗎啦咁。但係都等咗幾廿年，個大陸政府都仲係冇改變咯。咁究竟香港要等多幾多年或者幾多十年咧？我真係唔知道咯。
When you move, probably you experience quite a great sense of disappointment about how things developed in the recent years in Hong Kong. That kind of sense of belonging that they are developing here would be a very complex one, and they could have impact on their health and their social life, and sense of grief and loss. All these things would affect the way they live in the UK and the way they relate back to their family members in Hong Kong.
似乎而家連你響即係 Facebook 度講下嘢啊，都會唔係咁好啊咁。即係呢啲係我以前冇諗過會發生嘅咯。同埋始終香港我都仲有啲屋企人喺度，咁又唔知會唔會對佢哋有影響咁樣。始終係對香港嘅政府已經冇晒信任咯。
I can no longer go to Hong Kong. I was denied entry to Hong Kong in 2017, and so I know, and especially of course with the national security law now, I know that I can't go to Hong Kong. Those who know that they can never go back discover a sort of freedom to speak out without being too concerned about security. But those who do want to perhaps have at least the option of going back, they tend to be much more low profile and security conscious, very understandably.
As migrant to a new country, that cautiousness is there anyway. But migrant to a new country with the background of 2019 activism and the brutal treatment to the activism literally put people on a more cautious note. All the previous wave, they are able to go to the established Chinese organization to get support in assistance services. Somehow, for the Hong Konger, I can only say that the landscape has changed a lot in the last couple of decades. Many are now Chinese organizations who are sympathetic to Communist Party to the extent that in March this year, about 100 organizations and prominent individuals took over an effort advocate for supporting so-called Patriot Administer Hong Kong. I have met with probably nearly 100 Hong Kongers, without exception, that they all fear that if they go to organization sympathetic to Chinese Communist Party, the information may pass to Chinese Embassy of Chinese Communist Party.
Between Hong Kong Chinese and mainland Chinese developed over time in the recent protest movements and intensified over many different issues in Hong Kong. And that kind of anti-Chinese sentiment can have an impact on how Hong Kong Chinese would actually relate to local Chinese communities, which had been always, very diverse, and they came at different time point with different histories and understanding and relationship with mainland China or even not. So I think that kind of complexity would have an impact on social cohesion, sense of community, and also their adaptation to the new society where they want to negotiate their identity. So it's a very complex issue, but I believe that what we are seeing in the document right now has not actually touched on any of these issues yet. Tension between the two major groups of Chinese would need to be attended to in a way that could possibly support the different views of how they see their country or home city.
譬如我隔離屋，佢哋都我都聽過香港嘅情況啊，都 say welcome。咁佢話我知道你哋香港已經變晒啦，唔同咗啦，咁樣咯。我就覺得多咗好多香港人嚟嘅，行喺條街度有時都見啦。二來我有個朋友嚟咗幾年㗎啦，咁佢都話俾我聽，佢覺得呢一個區多咗好多香港人。佢話佢近時候行 High Street 撞見1-2個香港人嘅啫。咁啊，最近可以係行幾步就撞到一個家庭，行幾步就撞到一個家庭咁樣。你咁多人嚟，即係表示好多人真係，正如啲人成日講係逃難咁樣。
It feels like Hong Kong is coming to me now because so many Hong Kongers are coming here, and there have been regular protests on particular key dates, anniversaries of particular events, but also other sort of more regular protests outside the Chinese embassy or outside 10 Downing Street or Parliament. And that's really important in terms of informing the wider public about the situation and keeping the issue alive.